Love and hip-hop has had its wild moments, but this one feels heavier. Mendeecees Harris's teenage son has been arrested, and the charges are serious. This isn't just a slip-up, it's raising real concerns. Was this just a bad choice, or is there something deeper that's been hidden off camera? The truth could shift how people see the Harris family for good. This time, the drama isn't for show. It's real life, with real consequences. Stay with me, because this might just change everything you thought you knew. From cheating scandals to explosive blow-ups, Love and hip-hop is no stranger to chaos. But when the drama spills into real life, it hits a little harder. Today, we're breaking down the unexpected arrest of Mendeecees Harris's teenage son, a twist that's left fans stunned and the Harris family shaken. But this isn't just another headline. It's a deeper look at how fame, parenting, and pressure collide in the world of reality TV. We're not here to gossip. We're diving into real court records, timelines, and family dynamics to understand how things got to this point and what the charges really reveal. From Yandy and Mendeecees' public statements to what's been said behind closed doors, we're unpacking a situation that's still unfolding in real time. You'll get the full breakdown of what went down the night of the arrest, how Mendeecees' own past might echo in his son's choices, and why this single moment could shift the course of the Harris family's future. As the layers peel back, the story grows more intense and more heartbreaking. This isn't your typical reality show twist. It's a real-life turning point no one saw coming. It all took a sharp turn the night Mendeecees Harris's son became the focus of a criminal investigation. Longtime fans of Love and hip-hop are no strangers to the Harris family's ups and downs, but nothing quite like this. What started as a regular evening quickly spiraled into chaos, with flashing lights and sirens replacing the usual family routine. According to official sources, Mendeecees' son was taken into custody, facing serious allegations that no one saw coming. The charges, assault and illegal weapon possession, hit like a thunderclap, stunning fans and igniting a storm across social media. To understand how things unraveled so fast, we have to rewind. Mendeecees, who once battled legal troubles of his own, had worked tirelessly to rewrite his story, determined to offer his children a brighter path. The Harris family had fought hard to rise above a troubled past, carving out a narrative of redemption. But this arrest threw that progress into question. What pushed his son to take such a risky path? Was this a reflection of old patterns Mendeecees thought he'd broken free from? Beneath the headlines, a more troubling picture began to emerge. Leaked police documents and first-hand accounts painted a scene that spiraled fast. According to witnesses, Mendeecees' son became entangled in a dispute that didn't just boil over, it exploded. What started as a confrontation reportedly turned physical, and within moments, law enforcement was on the scene. The shocker? He was allegedly carrying a firearm when taken into custody, turning a volatile encounter into a much more serious legal situation. But what stunned everyone most was how sudden and unexpected it all was. No signs, no warning. Mendeecees, Yandy, and their loved ones had been pouring their energy into building a brighter future, putting the past behind them and focusing on a fresh chapter. So when the news broke, it felt like a gut punch. No one saw it coming. Was this the aftermath of deeper hidden struggles, or a sign of unresolved pain beneath the surface? As headlines spread like wildfire, the internet lit up with opinions. Some voices offered compassion and grace, understanding the weight of family pressure, while others were quick to judge, casting blame without hesitation. People began to wonder if Mendeecees' own history might have unknowingly influenced his son's path. What made this twist even more surprising was that his son had stayed mostly out of the spotlight, unlike the rest of the Harris clan. That quiet presence made the arrest even more unexpected. But here's the thing, the Harris family has long walked a complicated line with fame and controversy. Mendeecees himself has faced serious legal trouble in the past, including time behind bars for drug trafficking, part of a history he's worked hard to move past. Something anyone saw coming. Was his son repeating the cycle or trying to break free in his own way? This incident forces a deeper look at Mendeecees' role, not just as a father, but as someone whose past could still cast a long shadow. Can choices made years ago ripple into the lives of the next generation? It's a tough reality to face. Mendeecees worked hard to rewrite his story, but maybe the consequences of that former life never truly left. And what's most shocking? This chapter was never even on the radar. It's not just a case of one bad choice. The real question is how the Harris family has dealt with the arrest, how Mendeecees responded, and what lies ahead for them. Was this an isolated mistake, or does it reveal deeper issues we've yet to see? Stick around, because what unfolds next may catch you off guard. But before we explore the fallout, let's rewind and take a closer look at the events leading up to that pivotal night. The moment that shifted everything for the Harris family, changing their lives in an instant. The arrest of Mendeecees Harris's son sent shockwaves not only through the media, but also within the reality TV world. As the public eagerly awaited more information, the Harris family found themselves grappling with a whirlwind of emotions behind closed doors. This wasn't just a moment of poor judgment from a son. It was a family caught in the tension between the public's unforgiving gaze and their desire for privacy. For Mendeecees and Yandy, the faces of the Harris family on Love and Hip Hop, the weight of the situation was heavy. With their lives under constant scrutiny, the pressure was intensifying in ways they hadn't expected. While Mendeecees and Yandy had grown accustomed to the chaos and drama that often comes with their reality TV fame, this situation was different. It wasn't just another scandal. They were facing the painful reality of their own son, the one they'd raised and poured their hearts into, now standing accused of serious criminal offenses. Mendeecees, who had been open about his past legal troubles, was no stranger to controversy. But this time, the stakes were much higher. As his son's future hung in the balance, Mendeecees was forced to confront a hard truth. His past might have caught up with him in ways he never expected. In a public statement shortly after, he acknowledged the weight of the moment and the ripple effects it could have on his family. After the arrest, Mendeecees was visibly shaken, unable to fully process the situation. He never thought he would be facing something like this, and his regret was evident in every word. Yet beneath his words, there was a deeper layer of guilt. It was as if he felt his son had been swept up in the chaos of a life that had always been unpredictable, despite Mendeecees' efforts to break free from it. He had worked tirelessly to create a better future for his family, but now it seemed as though all that hard work was unraveling. Meanwhile, Yandy, the strong anchor of the family, was processing the crisis in her own way, focused on holding the family together and navigating the emotional storm. Yandy, always the fierce protector of her family, wasted no time stepping into the spotlight to defend her son. Taking to social media, she firmly stated that the arrest was a mistake and reassured everyone that they would face this challenge as a united front. "We will stand by him," she wrote with emotion, "and we'll get through this together. This isn't the end of the story." Her message was not just a plea for understanding, but also a shield, aiming to protect her son from further judgment. However, her public defense also sparked curiosity. Was Yandy simply trying to guard her son from the harsh media spotlight, or was there a deeper narrative yet to unfold? While Yandy's strength was clear to fans, it was undeniable that behind closed doors, the weight of the situation was taking its toll. The Harris family had already endured countless struggles: Mendeecees' prison sentence, their ongoing battle to maintain their relationship, and the constant challenges of balancing public and private life. Now, this arrest added yet another chapter to their turbulent journey, one that was testing their resilience like never before. While the Harris family had worked hard to forge a path beyond the world of reality TV, the weight of their son's actions brought them back to a harsh reality. This was no longer something that could be spun for the cameras or smoothed over with edits. The situation was raw, unfiltered, and real. Behind closed doors, sources close to Mendeecees revealed that he was grappling with overwhelming guilt, asking himself if he had done enough to prepare his son for the immense pressures of their public lives. It wasn't just about managing the fallout from the arrest. It was about coming to terms with the fact that, despite all their efforts, his son had strayed down a difficult path that Mendeecees had desperately hoped to shield him from. Mendeecees found himself facing a painful reality. His son had seemingly followed in his footsteps, walking the same dangerous path he had once traveled. The thought of his child falling into the same troubles he had fought so hard to escape was almost unbearable. On the other hand, Yandy was caught in a delicate balancing act. While she remained steadfast in her support for her son, she was constantly torn between shielding him from the intense media scrutiny and acknowledging the gravity of the situation. The Harris family's public image was under a microscope, and every choice they made in the aftermath of the arrest would be dissected and judged by the world. The pressure on the Harris family continued to intensify, and just when it seemed like things couldn't get more tangled, they did. Mendeecees wasn't the only one with a past that seemed impossible to outrun. His son now faced legal battles of his own. Mendeecees, who had previously served time for drug trafficking, was no stranger to the law's harsh glare. Fans began questioning if the family's troubled history was coming back to haunt them. Was the younger Harris simply following the same destructive path as his father, or was he acting out as a result of the complex and tumultuous environment he had been raised in? Mendeecees' past had always been public, and now it seemed to loom over their lives once more, creating even more layers of doubt and speculation. Mendeecees' past, filled with legal controversies, had been an open book, often revisited during his time on Love and Hip Hop. The show, known for its high drama and shocking revelations, had made Mendeecees a key player in its narrative. But now, the question lingered. How much of his own history had cast a shadow over his son's actions? One of the most emotional moments of this turbulent time came when Mendeecees had a private, heart-to-heart conversation with his son. Filmed, but never shown on air. Those close to the family revealed that Mendeecees struggled to hold back tears during this private moment, expressing deep regret and a raw sense of vulnerability. It was a father trying to make sense of the paths both he and his son had taken, caught in a whirlwind of love, guilt, and the weight of their shared history. Mendeecees' words to his son were filled with genuine concern. "I've been through a lot, and I don't want you to follow the same path." Yet, the lingering question remains, did his son truly hear him? The situation had caused a rift within the family, with Yandy fiercely defending her son in public, while Mendeecees' internal turmoil was palpable in every interview. The fallout. For the family's reputation was already severe, and as the legal proceedings unfolded, it was clear that things would only escalate. The Harris family is facing a major crisis after their son's arrest, and their future is uncertain. With their public image in ruins, the big question is whether they can rebuild, or if this is the start of something even worse. Mendeecees and Yandy have both overcome personal struggles before. Mendeecees with his past prison sentence, and Yandy managing the family's public image. But this new situation challenges everything they've worked for. The family's carefully built brand is now in danger. Can they recover from this scandal, or has it already broken them beyond repair? Redemption is a big theme in reality TV, and the Harris family now faces the ultimate test. Can they turn things around, or will this define them forever? For Mendeecees, who knows the cost of past mistakes, this moment is crucial. He must now show his son that change is possible, even when it seems impossible. Meanwhile, Yandy, the family's rock, is under pressure to hold everything together. Can she protect them from the fallout, or will the cracks in their perfect image grow wider? Fans are waiting to see if this crisis will lead to growth or further downfall. The next steps will determine the family's future. The chance for redemption is not just a distant hope for the Harris family, it's something they've worked toward for years. Fans have watched Mendeecees evolve from a convicted felon into a man deeply committed to being a better husband and father. Could this scandal be the catalyst that allows them to prove, once again, that growth and change are possible, even when life throws its hardest challenges? Yet, despite the glimmer of hope for redemption, the reality of the situation remains undeniable. The Harris family's involvement in love and hip-hop has always kept their lives under a public microscope. This constant exposure comes with its perks, but now it also brings with it the harsh consequences of their actions, amplifying the pressure they face. As much as the possibility for redemption exists, the very real threat of professional and personal ruin looms large, and the road ahead may not be as clear-cut as they hope. The scrutiny on the Harris family has reached a boiling point, and their careers now hang in the balance. With their son's arrest dominating headlines, the family is left grappling with the very real possibility of their downfall. In the world of reality TV, scandals are nothing new. Media outlets thrive on drama, and viewers are drawn to the chaos. But consistency is the glue that keeps audiences invested. Fans tune in to witness familiar faces navigating fresh challenges, watching them evolve and grow. But this arrest has introduced a level of unpredictability that threatens that stability. The real question now is, how much longer will viewers stand by the family before they start to lose faith? How many mistakes can they overlook before their connection with the audience starts to fray? This scandal has the potential to reshape their public narrative in ways that could be impossible to bounce back from. Mendeecees and Yandy's public image is facing a major turning point, and their careers could be profoundly affected by their son's arrest. Media analysts and PR experts are already speculating that this incident could lead to a significant drop in the Harris family's brand partnerships. Particularly, family-oriented brands that align with their wholesome public persona might distance themselves. The arrest could spell trouble for the lucrative deals they've secured, from social media endorsements to the charitable initiatives they've championed. While love and hip-hop provided them a platform to showcase their lives, the personal drama, now spilling into the public eye, could prompt major corporations and sponsors to rethink their associations with the family. This crisis is not just a momentary setback, it's potentially a game changer, threatening the very partnerships that have sustained their influence and financial success. Love and hip-hop has given Mendeecees and Yandy a platform to reach millions, catapulting them into the public eye. However, it's also tethered their careers to the constant whirlwind of controversy that defines the show. This latest scandal could serve as the ultimate catalyst for a redemption story, a narrative that reality TV often thrives on, or it could plunge them into a PR disaster with lasting consequences. Meanwhile, the rest of the Love and Hip Hop cast is closely watching how this situation plays out, aware that legal drama often brings a surge in ratings, even if it comes at the expense of those directly involved. For Mendeecees and Yandy, the stakes are higher than ever. Will this moment spark a new chapter of personal growth and public redemption, or will it define them as a family trapped in a cycle of chaos? The reality of their next steps could reshape their careers and influence within the industry. Could the turmoil surrounding their personal lives be the tipping point for their relationship with the show? Will love and hip-hop continue to feature them, or will they be written out entirely? The producers, known for capitalizing on controversy, might use this scandal to generate ratings, leveraging the situation for maximum drama and attention. Mendeecees and Yandy's relationship is facing a tough test. They've been through many challenges together, but this latest crisis may be too much. Their strong bond has always been their foundation, but the private strain of public shame could push them to their breaking point. Will they survive this and grow stronger, or will it tear them apart? Only time will tell if their love can withstand the pressure. Behind the scenes, tension is rising in the family. Mendeecees is trying to support his son, but it's unclear if his son is ready to listen. There's frustration on both sides, and their father-son relationship is strained by unresolved issues. Mendeecees' past is under scrutiny, with many questioning if his mistakes are influencing his son's choices. Can they break free from these patterns, or is history repeating itself? The arrest has rocked the Harris family, and their future is uncertain. In reality TV, scandals fade, but the emotional impact lasts. This crisis could reshape both their personal lives and careers. Will they overcome the pressure, or will this challenge break them? The next steps will define their future, both as a family and as public figures. The Harris family is at a turning point, facing a chance for growth and redemption, both as individuals and as a family. But redemption isn't easy. It requires confronting tough truths, making real changes, and taking responsibility. There's still hope for them, but the road ahead is full of challenges. Media scrutiny, fan pressure, and personal struggles will test their strength. Their past mistakes are hard to shake off, especially in the spotlight of love and hip-hop, where every action is seen by millions. The public has followed their journey, and now this scandal has put their future in the spotlight. The big question is, can they rise to the challenge, or will they fall apart? For Mendeecees and Yandy, this is a career-defining moment with higher stakes than ever before. Their son's future is at risk, and his choices could affect the whole family's legacy. Mendez and Yandy now face the challenge of handling this personal crisis without letting it ruin their careers. But here's the twist. Do people really want to see the Harris family redeem themselves, or are they just here for the drama? Reality. TV thrives on ups and downs, but do viewers care about a comeback or just the chaos? For Mendez and Yandy, the line between redemption and ruin is incredibly thin. Their son's future is uncertain, and this could either be his wake-up call or lead to further mistakes. The world is watching. Will he rise to the occasion,